Hey guys, this is a really shitty format video, but I really can't be fucking bothered to like set it all up, and it's dark outside so the lighting would be really shit, so I'm not gonna do that. I filmed a few proper update videos, but every time I filmed them something would change, so I didn't post either of them. Basically the main things that have happened is I left college with full intent to go back, and everyone told me I could go back, and then we found out I can't really go back till the new year, which is pointless because I would have missed half a year. So I've dropped out, well, not really dropped out, I've been taken out of college. So I can't do that anymore, which is massively affecting my motivation. Means that getting to do nursing is going to be a lot more difficult. It means that the plans I've made for my career and future are not happening. So yeah, that's shit. I think that's the only like long-term thing that's happened. Short-term, so on Tuesday night I went out to the pub with my friend. It was just the two of us. I didn't really plan that. I was having dinner and she rang me. She was like, do you want to come to the pub? And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, I'm bored by myself, might as well go out and do something. So I did. And I came home and I was a little bit drunk, but like, I'm 18 years old. That's allowed here. And my mum doesn't normally, she's not normally fussed if I drink. But I came home and we got into a little bit of a heated conversation about how I was drunk. And she was really pissed off, and then she made some really hurtful comments that I won't go into, but some really hurtful comments. And so I stormed out the house, and I've been fighting off over those thoughts for quite a while. So I went to the 24-hour Tesco around the corner, and just before I went in, I phoned the crisis team because everyone's been telling me to do that when I'm in crisis, so I did. And then I saw my mum walk past me, so I sat dead still and I was really quiet, and so she didn't hear or see me. And then once she'd walked past me, I just kind of legged it, because the Tesco's only 2 minutes away from my house, so I like fucking legged it down the road, and she didn't see me. But I was still on the phone to the crisis team, and they just kept saying to me, go home, and I was like, I'm not going home, I'm staying out, I'm gonna buy tablets, I'm going to take them, and that's gonna be it. Obviously they were really concerned, and while I was on the phone to them, they said, oh, your mum's on the phone now? And I was like, what? So my mum had also rang the crisis team because obviously she couldn't find me. So my mum was on the phone to them, and I was on the phone to them, not obviously to the same person. And long story short, people I spoke to sent out a police search team, and I think the people my mum spoke to sent one out as well, because two cars turned up, but like separately, they weren't together. So the police found me eventually. I was like under a bike shed. I was really fucking cold, but it wasn't, you know, whatever. And I'd sobered up quite a lot by that point. This was about midnight, and I'd left the house at about 10:30. So I wasn't actually might have been just after midnight. I wasn't actually gone that long. I was gone a couple hours, but so the police came, and I was like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm staying here till you've all gone away. I'm staying here till my mum's gone home, and then I'm going to buy these tablets and I'm going to take them. And they were like, no, you're not. And I was like, well, yeah, I am. So they put me on a section 136, which basically means they take you to a place of safety, which is meant to be police custody or a hospital. So that happened. And then my mum came over while I was in the police car, and this is when the second police car turned up. So my mum came over, and then another police car turned up, and so there was two people in the car I was in. I didn't meet the other people. And one of them got out and spoke to my mum. She was like, she'd like driven into the barrier, because obviously she was panicked looking for me. So she's driven into the barrier, and the barrier is now bent, and I've driven past it a couple times since then, and it is like, it's meant to be straight, and it's like a V. It's not great. So that's going to cost a bomb to fix. And she's really pissed off at me because that's my fault, apparently. So after that, my mum was still in the car park with the other police car, and they sorted all the insurance and that out for the barrier. Obviously, we didn't hang around, and the police asked me those questions. They put me on a 136 because I was like refusing to go home, refusing to basically go anywhere before I'd taken an overdose. I was like, I'm not going anywhere until I do this, and if I have to wait for you to leave to do that, then I will. So they put me in a section 136, which basically means that they take you to a place of safety, and you don't get a say, basically. And I considered running before I got in the police car, because I got in, then I got out to just sit on the curb, and I considered running, but I thought, well, no, because they've put me on a section, they'll just like run after me and probably catch me, and I can't run that fast anyway. So yeah, so then they said they were going to take me to there's a big psychiatric hospital not by me, it's about half an hour away. So they said they were going to take me there, and I was fine with that because they have 136 suites. If you're not sure what a section is, it's part of the Mental Health Act in the UK. I think they have something similar in the US, where basically if you don't comply with treatment, or you don't allow it, and you don't have capacity, or you're too ill to make decisions, or it's in your best interest, they'll section you. And it's a section of the Mental Health Act. Basically, they can do it against your will, and the different sections can be done by different people, and last different amounts of time, and different things can happen on them. So I was put on a 136, which is a 72-hour hold that the police use for a place of safety. You can't be forced to have treatment on that, like they can't force you to take medication, but obviously they can keep you where they take you. So they were going to take me to the big psych hospital, but I don't know why, but the plans changed, and we ended up going to police custody. And I do not think this is a good place to put someone who's seriously distressed and suicidal. They literally put me in a concrete cell, like you see on TV when people get arrested and they go to custody and they spend the night in a cell. That was literally what it was, a concrete cell with a concrete toilet, a rubber mattress that was about 1.5 inches thick, and a rubber pillow that was about 2 inches thick. So yeah, I don't think that's a good place to put someone in that state at all, because literally I didn't have anything. I had my jumper, my jeans, and my socks. I couldn't have hairbands, hairpins, phone, water, I couldn't have anything. And I had a polystyrene cup, because I asked for some water. So imagine being in absolute distress and being put in a room with nothing but yourself. Literally all you can do is sleep or think, and I hadn't had my meds and they didn't have my meds, so I couldn't really sleep. I did in the end up sleeping for a few hours, maybe 5 hours, which was alright because it meant that was obviously 5 hours. I didn't have to sit there and ruminate. But once I woke up, I couldn't really get back to sleep again. So I just sat there thinking, and it was horrible. And then I had a mental health assessment the next day. So we got to custody about 1 in the morning, and then about 12 the next day, middle of the day. I had a mental health assessment, asked me those questions. Basically, the outcome was we're not going to put you in hospital because you taking another overdose is inevitable. It will happen at some point. You don't take them that often. They're only once a month, which apparently is not that often. Cool. And that's that. So that's the kind of situation. And then I stayed at my dad's last night because my mum really needed some space, and now I'm back, and I was going to go to work this morning, but in the hustle and bustle I forgot my shift. It was meant to be 11 till 3, and I didn't turn up till 2:15. And then I left after about 45 minutes because I felt like shit, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So that's basically what's happened. That's the ins and outs of what's just happened. I I don't really know what else to say. I think that's it. I'm not editing this video because look at it. It's not exactly a masterpiece of production. Yeah, so I'm sorry I've not made a video in a while, and I'm sorry the updates I have filmed haven't been edited and posted, but that's pretty much all that's happened. I've had a meeting about going to day patient. That was about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. I still haven't spoken to them because every time I go to ring them, they either don't pick up, so I ring them for like 4 days on the trot and they don't pick up and I can't leave a message, or something changes and then I have to reconsider everything. So I haven't really made a decision. I missed all my appointments yesterday. No, what day is it? Thursday? Yeah, I missed all my appointments yesterday because I was in custody still. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I will make another update when I've sorted everything out, which will be in like 2 fucking years, I'm sure. I hope you're all well and better than me. Would not recommend being put on a 136, and I would not recommend ever committing a crime because those fucking cells are horrendous. They are not for people who are in a mental health crisis at all. I cannot really think of a worse place other than a pharmacy. I can't really think of a worse place to put someone in a mental health crisis. Literally put you in a concrete room. That's just such a shit idea. Like, oh my god. Yeah. But I guess it served purpose because I didn't take the overdose, but you know, there was other means. It was just bad, but there we go. Ooh, sorry, but that's happened now. That's in the past. Let's move on. Yeah, so I hope you're all well. And I'll try and speak to you soon. Alright, bye.